Yo, what's good, YouTubes? This is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray, and this is the EDCC, that is the Everyday City Carry, and I have got the pocket perspective on the show tonight. How's it going, Wes?
Hey Ray, doing good. How are you today?
Good, man. Cheers to you, my friend.
Yeah, same to you. I have got some water, so cheers.
Ah, right. Awesome. Sorry I was late, man. It's actually a bit of a funny story. I was on the train, everything was on time, and then right before my stop, right in the Bronx, the conductor, first of all, you can never understand them. I don't know if you've ever been to New York City,
Yeah.
but the guy was just like, train is on hold due to police investigation. We'll be moving shortly. I'm just like, what the hell? And I was just stuck there for like 15 minutes. So took a little bit longer to get on. But dude, I want to talk about your channel. When I came across it, I was like, wow, this guy has really nice quality. You seem your format is like it's like professional level, in my opinion. The way you dissect the product. I watched the two latest videos on your channel, which was the Lumen Top. We'll get into that, and the Quiet Carry Drift, right?
You got it. Yep.
Dude, so it was like, usually I don't watch reviews that are that long. Especially if they're a bit spec heavy, because I don't tend to focus on things like that. But you were like, the way you put your words together and everything, I was like, this guy must have done this. He must have done things like this before. Like, am I correct on that?
Well, I mean, on the professional side, I've done a lot of presentations and workshops and like teaching people how to use software products, right? And so I've done tons of how-tos, tutorials, and spent my whole career, teaching people how to use different software products. And so like that I think that stuff just comes naturally after a little while.
Yeah, because the speech, the wording, just like the timing is like absolutely perfect. So I was thinking like, this guy must either do public speaking or some type of presentation type work,
I really appreciate that, but it's definitely not perfect. Like I have a lot of ums and other stuff, and it's just really tough for me to like get past some of that stuff. But I've tried to, take some classes and, done quite a few of the little tricks, to get around the ums and stuff like that. And I've finally just, at this point in my life settled, and it's like, I just got to go with it, So,
well, I mean, look, right. Like the absolutely massive in knife YouTube, Nick Shabbat says, all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, we respect what he thinks about knives. He's actually a pretty funny guy. I've had him on here twice already. But yeah, like when I was watching the Quiet Carry Drift review, I was like, I have to do more. Like, I don't say anything. It's just like, oh, this is cool. Because I come at it from like a filthy casual, perspective, right? That's where my interest lies. I think of knives as like not necessarily fashion pieces, but like I love putting together kits that look good on Instagram.
Yeah, no, I mean, like everybody's got their own style, and I appreciate yours too. And and I do like shorter reviews sometimes, just to see like, boom, tell me what you like and what you don't, and move through the thing. I'm just trying to be somewhat methodical and bring a different style, right, to reviews than what I've seen across the other channels, and try to put my own spin on it, and I've looked at what most people do and what they don't do, and try to like fill in some of those gaps that I've seen in the community. So we'll see. It's still growing, and I get good feedback from a lot of people, and there's a few people on there says your stuff's too long, or but I try to like not ramble on and try to.
I don't think you do, man. I don't think you
try
do.
to like provide the right, like I don't talk about it like the same topic over and over again. I know some people like go and dwell on something and then they'll talk about it again.
You do not do that.
Yeah, I try to like I try to I've got a format and an outline, and I write an outline for every single review, and so it makes it kind of like a cookie cutter recipe almost. I do try to adjust them as I go along and find what works and what doesn't. So it'll continue to have some organic growth there.
You know what I really enjoyed? You were like laughing in one of the, I think it was the quiet carry one, where like you chuckled a little bit about something, and then I liked that part because it showed like, you're just like a regular dude. I've always wondered this. I said, I come at making content in the knife community like from a humorous way, right? But like, and then you got guys like the Best Damn EDC, for example, right? Like high quality, high end production of everyday carry, right? But then I was like wondering what a tech savvy, but also like a spec heavy channel with a good format would look like. And I feel like that's you. Because you've definitely like, let me ask about your setup a little bit, because you've definitely got some technical chops. Just the bokeh and the way your room is set up right now, that's kind of the look that like every reviewer, vlogger, YouTuber in their room is trying to do. Like, so what, do you have like a nice camera, got a nice lens, Sigma f1.6 or something like that? Like,
yeah, it's so the front camera is a Sony a6600.
mm-hmm.
And crop sensor, and it's a Sigma 16 millimeter 1 point. Yeah, 1 point whatever.
Saving up to buy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a really great setup for it. It's like a good entry level setup where you're not gonna go into like the alpha series and have to really spend a lot of money. So I think it's like right there on it's like the minimum good quality that you can buy. So
I think lighting is really important, though. I think some people don't get that. I didn't get it at first, but I've got a guy that uses the same camera as me. He has the Sigma lens, and he pretty much has like a very similar vibe to what you've got going on right now. I think maybe some of the detailing is a little bit better in yours because we're both using a Canon M50, which is like even more entry level than that, But yeah, it's like an entry level camera with a decent lens for like what we do, like talking head stuff, is like what you really need. I'm afraid that like my room is too small. It's so tiny. I live in New York City. I live in the Bronx. This is like your closet, probably. Like it's so small. It looks bigger on screen, but yeah, I've been really getting into that. Like, I just want to bring up the quality. Like I have a Patreon. I've finally started making money on YouTube a little bit, not a lot, but all of the money I'm just putting it into like getting the channel better. How long have you had your channel? Like, how long did it take to accumulate all the stuff that you use?
Yeah, I mean the channel's just been going since August, and
damn.
So I started prepping for it, a couple months before that, and I did tons of research on gear and best, like the formatting and a whole bunch of other stuff, and just really like dove into it for a couple months and just watched tons and tons and tons of as much as I could get my hands on, even on the back end stuff, all the back end YouTube stuff and how to do all of it and the analytics and things like that, which I'm just now to the point where a lot of that's I'm just getting enough data really to start making decisions based on the analytics. But yeah, I mean, some of it's like I didn't go super cheap on the cameras. My above camera is a 6400, so it's like the
how much is that?
It's you can get the 6400 for, I'm thinking it's like $800 or something like that.
Yeah.
With no lens, of course. And then the 6600, the one that came out after it, which has image stabilization built into it, is like 1100 or 1300 or something like that. So it's not like way out of bounds. It's not a 3K, $3,000 camera by any means. And then my lighting is, I forget do you have like the ring light with the diffuser type of deal? Like, how are you doing? No, I've got these newer, if that's how you pronounce it.
Newer, yeah. They're a good lighting company on Amazon.
These are they're like square panels. I think they're the 600, 660 or something like that series, and they're multi RGB. I mean, they're multi
LED or something like that.
No, yeah, that you can go from 3 to 5,000 or 6,500K or something like that. So you can change the
color profile or something.
Color profile.
I don't know the technical jargon really, but
yeah,
I
and
know
then
what you're talking about.
I've got some diffusers on those.
Yeah.
And so I've got one of those right here to my left, and then I've got another one almost not quite above my setup, but kind of angled down. And that's the main lighting. Then I've got like a little bitty kicker light over here. That's one of those little LED panels. It's like this big, those little portable ones.
Yeah. A lot of the vloggers use that. Yeah,
just to throw some extra light here on this side. But I mean, that's really that's the lighting setup, and that was fairly cheap lighting as lighting goes. These are like you can buy
newer is pretty affordable. I think I have newer lights myself. Like I have two newer lamps right here. And I'm trying to like, dude, the look that you have, that is the look like everybody wants. Like
it's the look this year, right? Or right. And so
I'm working towards it. You know what I mean? Yeah. We just started a business. I own a CBD shop, man. It's like not even 2 years yet. So the money is like rolling in pretty slow. So, but yeah, I'm working towards it. I do know a little bit about that. It's good to be able to talk to somebody that, knows a little bit about it, because it's very rare that I have somebody on here like that. How about your audio setup? What are you doing for that right now? Just a camera, Video Mic Pro or something?
No, it's a this is a Deity.
It's like a boom mic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, and then like right now I'm just running all this through a Black Magic, one of those ATEM like Mini Pros, so you can switch cameras and stuff, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
But I don't use that. I don't use that for my regular recordings. I just record both cameras at the same time, and then my audio, I actually use this Tentacle Sync.
Yep.
And this is just an audio recorder, but it's 32-bit, and so I just plug my audio directly into that. And because sometimes I want to go out in the garage and I didn't want to have to mess with doing like a wireless mic setup and all of that, have it be different all the time. And so you can just plug a regular a lapel mic into this thing, or you can plug this big mic into it. It doesn't really matter. And so this is what I use all the time, and it just records audio on it. And I just sync it all up, in Premiere.
Since we have lost all the knife people at this point, but I have been loving the conversation so far. What did you carry today, man?
What did I carry? Well, I've been carrying this Synapse Gen 2.
The Vera Engineering.
Yeah.
Elusive.
Yep. Yeah. So I've got the XL. And I did a review on it a few weeks back, and then I just got this one, and so this review will be coming out in the next week or two or something like that. So
nice.
I'll probably record it this weekend. But yeah, I mean, this is they are nice. Super nice. I think secondary is too high on them, of course, but if you get them in the drops, I think they're priced appropriately. So,
what is it, like 300, right? 300 or something?
Yeah,
like
it depends on the option. I think this one was like 350 or 385 if you get hand satin finish, and then if you buy like carbon fiber scales, it can go up from there. But so that's what I carried today. What do you got?
Got this guy right here, Pena X Series Trapper. Shit. Oh Jesus. It didn't get fucked up though. I had a crazy guy who watches the channel send me like all the peñas that he has.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Sea Salmons. And I feel like these knives, this is the Apache. I feel like these knives are made for me. Like living in New York City, you want a really small, non-threatening, but fidgetable kind of thing. Because that's what I do with my knives. I don't cut a lot of stuff, man. I just don't. I look at them, I put them on Instagram. Making content is what I do with my knives the most.
Yeah.
And I like flipping them and stuff like that. My favorite is
Nothing wrong
probably
with that. Yeah.
the Mula is probably my favorite that he sent.
That's the one I'm going after, is that one.
I was very surprised by, I can't explain why I like it so much. The action is good. There are a lot of knives that have action like this, but the way that it sweeps up, I don't know, it's just the trajectory of it. I mean, I can't really explain it too well, but it's just very satisfying. And these are pretty much the knives that I have on my table currently. It's usually full. It's actually like pretty clean right now. Usually it's just like just full of knives. You seem like a really neat guy. Everything is like in order. Is that like yeah?
I try to. I mean, it's hard when you're going all over the place, but sometimes I have to stop and reorganize for sanity. But I mean, this is one of my boxes I keep here. These are kind of like
pull something out from there. Pull something out from there, like anything randomly. Just show me something.
A TRM Atom.
Oh, love that. I have one too. I have one in a black G10. Nice. Oh, awesome.
Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter. What is it? The Boba Fett edition or something like that?
Yeah, they just call it the Bounty Hunter. And here's the smaller one. This one I really like.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, I can't even have autos in my house, supposedly.
I know it's terrible.
Terrible, man. I have a few like on loan right now that I was just making videos on. A couple of Kalashnikovs, like the Mini Desert Warrior, and the ridiculously like extra large one.
I've got one right here.
But it doesn't make any sense. Look at it next to me.
I know.
Dude. It's so stupid, but it's so awesome at the same time.
It feels like it comes out in slow motion.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, man. Like once I got into the knife community, I started meeting folks who are just like me, but like do different things, which is why I started this podcast, is to just get us all together. How many podcasts have you done before? Just Jake's?
Yeah, just Jake's. Yep.
It's the speaking thing, man. Because you seem like very natural at it. This is gonna be episode 91, right? I've interviewed a bunch of people like Shabazz, Slicey, Metal Complex, all of these guys. Jake too, Everyday Minimalist. I don't know if you know him. Similar setup to what you guys are doing.
I've watched his stuff. It's good. So
yeah. Very, very cool guy. He's going to be on here next Wednesday. Massive on TikTok. Almost 500,000 followers on TikTok right now. That's where all this following came from.
That's not somewhere I'm at. And like I've just chosen not to, I can only do so much, right? And so many platforms, or it's just too much, right, to keep up with. And maybe it's not, but I don't know.
Here's the thing, right? It's kind of like Jake and I had the same mindset when I got into this. I was like, look, this is a way for me to express myself creatively. I like knives. I wasn't like a big knife person. I wasn't collecting my whole life. I started collecting like maybe 4 years ago. I came from a musical, well, I don't know if I want to call it music, but I was producing dance music. I was a DJ for 10 years. I actually want to talk about the music on your channel because I was like, who the fuck selects this shit? Because like, it's all EDM, So, I came from that world, and I was like just making music. That was my job. I didn't have another job. And then I stopped doing that, went back into the office, back into the corporate workforce, and it just sucked. It was just draining me. I needed an outlet, man. I needed it. I found YouTubing, and I was like, okay, it'd be cool if I could also make money from this, but I just love doing it. And the way Jake and I attack this is like, I'm actually like investing in myself, right? So I am literally on every platform. Like I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. I post every single day on all of those, and it's not a repost. It's different content for each thing. I know, I'm mental. I know.
No, I think if that's your thing, like, and you can commit to it, I think it's fantastic, right? I mean, especially if you're wanting to make it a full-time gig, I think you have to, right? I mean, it's just like everything else. I mean, if you look at how much time you spend, at your full-time job, Like you can easily commit to posting every day on all of these platforms if that's going to be your full-time gig. I mean, that's your job, you know? So
I'm thinking of ways to like create more content for my shop, because like I'm always there. I'm pretty good at what I do. You know, people come in, I'm stressed out, I have anxiety. Here, try this. You know what I mean? Like it's a CBD shop. So, and I've been talking about it every day for 2 years. So aside from YouTube, that's pretty much what I do. You know, let's. Do you know about the game Are You Garbage?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we pause now so I can go deal with this and then we can play?
Yes. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Right,
I'll talk to the camera. Talk to the camera. So guys, I got to say right now that Wes is a pretty awesome guest, man. I was wondering how well this was going to go. I'm always a little bit nervous when I have someone on here that I've never really interacted with. This kind of came about on a whim. I saw his channel. I asked him to be on. He was supposed to be on last week. He canceled because he had like a lot of work. We rescheduled till this week. And as you guys know, I love Monster Hunter, and the new Monster Hunter came out last night, and like I've been playing it all day. So I wanted to play it when I got home. So I was hoping, this was my plan. I was hoping that I would link Wes to the DTOM and Lefty EDC podcast that I did. I think it was last week. And I thought I was thinking he would be disturbed enough to not want to do it. And then I could just play Monster Hunter. But he was like, no, man, let's do it. And I got to say, like, this dude, man, if you guys aren't subscribed to him, follow this guy. If you want very in-depth, well thought out, very clearly constructed reviews on knives and EDC gear. I watched his review on this Lumen top. That was very well done. You know, he makes me think I'm not doing enough. You know what I mean? And it's not super dry either. You know, it was like interesting even for me, a dude that has ADHD that can barely focus on one thing. I watched both videos throughout, and they were both like around 20 minutes. I was like, well, I usually watch podcasts, you know? But yeah, this seems to be going real well. We're going to play Are You Garbage? And I'll probably show him a couple of clips afterwards. If you guys aren't on the Patreon and you want to see Kelly and I more, you should do that. That's patreon.com/everydaycitycarry. And also EDC Fits is a show or a series of videos I post every Tuesday. And it's basically people's, everyday carry, like everyday carries, basically. Like you got your Hank, your knife, watch, whatever you want. Kind of like Best Damn EDC. If you want to be on that, just hit me up, everydaycitycarry@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram @everydaycitycarry. That's a really fun one. People have been submitting to that. And got a couple of things coming up, man. I've got Everyday Minimalist coming up next Wednesday. So that is going to be the episode for Friday next week. Oh, actually, no, this is going to be... I'm getting confused here. I am getting confused here, man. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting the live show. That is every Monday. I do a live show every Monday. We watch clips together. We might check out knives on knifenews.com. We might not. I have a guest sometimes. I've had Slicey Dicey on before. I played Are You Garbage with him. We watched clips from different podcasts and other parts of the internet that I check out. Little Fit Devil. Very pretty girl on Instagram who is amazing reviewer and like fitness model on Instagram. She's on YouTube right now. If you're not subscribed to her, go do that. I'm sure you are. She's going to do the live show next Monday. So tune into that, even though this is coming out after. That is confusing. I want to give a shout out to Artisan Cutlery, who has sent me these two Amazon exclusive knives here. Check that out, dude. What is happening? Look at this. What? Yo, I should use this angle right here. This is like mad dope. Like the knives show up like real clean right here. What? I'm gonna do that. So this is the CJRB Gobi. Artisan Cutlery Russell sent this to me. And this is in their ARRPM 9 blade steel. These are Amazon exclusives, although I cannot find it anymore. I love the pop of colors on here. That's my thing. And he also sent me a CJRB Crag, also an Amazon exclusive, ARRPM 9 blade steel. And just a cool dude, man. Follow Artisan Cutlery and CJRB. Welcome back, Wes. Did the shit get fucked up or?
No, I mean, hopefully it's going. Like it's.
What are you printing right now? Like
it's one of these boxes that I'm designing. So I don't know if you've been following. So here's like this little toolbox that I've designed. This is a full size one, and so here's the insides. Yep. And
this guy just flexed on me right now. Did you see that, guys?
And then, so this is like the next version, right? And so I'm working on printing this top one, and so you have to stop it, or it stops mid print. I've got it programmed, and I drop these magnets in, and then it prints over the top of them. And so that's what I had to drop the magnets in. So
wow, very cool, dude. I gotta say this also, the branding on point for the channel. Love the intro. Yeah, did you do that?
I did. Yeah.
What do we do? I'm good. All right. Before we play Ari Garbage, I'm already gonna say that you're gonna turn out classy because I got a Renaissance man over here. He's like,
we'll see. We'll see. I really like your intro too. Your intro's great. I think it's fantastic.
That's not made by me. That's made by an Emmy Award-winning graphics designer, Backpack B. Have you ever checked him out?
No. I'll have to now.
Oh my dude. So we are fortunate. We are very lucky as a community to have a 2-time Emmy Award-winning motion graphics expert that's into knives. If you watch any of his videos, since you do some editing of your own and you know you're into tech a little bit, you're gonna watch this and you're gonna be like, this guy is insane. Because you know when you watch TV, like a sports show, for example, like all those graphics that show up for like baseball or basketball, that's what he won an award for, bro.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Absolutely.
I'll definitely have to check him out. Yeah.
Small channel, growing. I do my best to promote this guy. He's such a nice and humble guy too. He's from Jersey. His name is Brent. Really cool dude. A very like kind of, I want to say like 90s vibe on his channel. Like he'll have like film reel and then he'll do like a little intro with green screen, but then like a lot of B-roll, a lot of motion graphics, like cutouts of the knives and like flipping open. And it's all like done. Like you could tell this guy does this for a living. And he did that intro for me. And also my logo.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I sent him a little logo, which was like Radio City Music Hall, which is similar to what I have. It's like, you know, neon. Yeah. And I was like, let's put a pilar in the middle and like have some like city buildings or something. And then he was like, cool, man. And he's like, oh yeah, I made an intro for you too. I'm like, what? That was it, dude. Pretty awesome, man. Cool, dude. Just check him out. Backpack B. That's BAKPAKB.
I'll definitely check
I had no idea what it meant. I thought he was like Thailand or something. I thought he's from Thailand. He's this white dude from Jersey because it looks like Bak B. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought he was. Yeah. So you are familiar with the game Are You Garbage? It is a way to go through some nostalgia with the guest and for the viewers to get to know you, feel a little closer to you. I don't think any other channels do this right now. And that's what I like to do here. I like to humanize us as creators and the crowd really loves it. So have you ever watched any of these before?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I watched Slicey Dicey's Are You Garbage? Yeah. He was meandering.
To another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash.
So that is the intro from Are You Garbage? It is a podcast on YouTube by Kevin James Ryan and H. Foley. They do this much better than me. I just wanted to bring it to the knife community because it's fun and they like that sort of thing. Anyway, definitely go subscribe to them. But are you ready to play, my friend? I'm going to... first question. Do you think you are garbage?
I've watched I've listened to some of the questions and like I grew up lower middle class. And so some of those things, like just the way you're raised, you're going to get some of those, but I think I'm going to be kind of middle of the road.
Okay, that's cool. You know,
Yeah.
it's like in the beginning when I first started doing this, people didn't understand that this was all in fun, and I was like, dude, some of the most awesome things are garbage. Like people think they're a little bit sketchy, and now people jive with it. They are like answering their own "Are you garbage?" questions in the comments. Like, dude, I also drink milk.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the basic question. Growing up, did you have a glass? Oh, you know, first of all, you said let's talk about like how you grew up a little bit. You grew up like lower middle class, a little bit of cash, like not you know, not running out of food or anything like that. Loving family, loving household, big family.
Just that's just 4 of us. So I have an older sister, and you know, my parents were able to provide, you know, everything I needed, but nothing more type of deal. You know what I mean? So we had food, and we had clothes, and you know, I had you know, decent stuff, you know, that was, you know, in style sometimes, right? Depending on the price and things like that. You know, I had some Nikes here and there, but you know, when it came to like cars and stuff like that, it was, you know, it was what we could do to get by, you know, and you know, I didn't get everything that everybody else did, and you know that, but I don't think you're supposed to give your kids everything, right? I mean, I think you got to leave some things there. I mean, that if you give somebody every single thing, what drive do they have, right, to want to do something for themselves? So they just don't even understand it. So, but yeah, anyway, so yeah, I mean, loving family, definitely, and provided for us. But you know, my parents worked, and sometimes they worked 2 jobs to make ends meet. But yeah.
I totally get that. My mom worked all the time, dude. I think she never made it to one band recital. She was working the whole time. And I was in band till like high school. I played the trombone, believe it or not, dude.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. What was that? Name a thing that was coveted at the time that you couldn't have when you were like younger. And I'm gonna tell you mine.
A scooter.
A scooter? Like what do you mean? Like
a scooter to get around town when you turn 14.
Not the Razor stuff, like a moped type thing.
Like a moped, yeah.
Dude, that's way better than the Razor scooters they got going on right now. The Bird ones, like I'm out. Now for me, it was like at one point, this is when Tommy Hilfiger first got on the scene. I was in the 8th grade maybe, and then I remember everyone was just wearing Jan Sport book bags and Tommy Hilfiger clothes, and you know, it was the big 90s hip hop scene. And I lived in I was going to school in Queens. And I remember I would just get like one Tommy shirt. I would wear it like all week. Yeah. All right. Let's. So growing up, did you have a glass of milk with dinner?
No, I mean, I didn't. You know, we had sweet tea. That's what we had. So maybe that's equivalent.
Okay. So you guys weren't a glass of milk with dinner family. I thought that was like a strictly like Americana, like Caucasian thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people do, but it was not like I had milk, you know, for breakfast, and like every once in a while I would, you know, drink some milk. But we drank sweet tea, and so that was like our drink
like
of
a
choice.
Southern thing. You think?
Yeah, for sure, it's a Southern thing. Yeah, and so that was.
I've got a normal guy on the show for once, man. Everyone is like, yeah, I used to drink milk with my pork chops. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get, dude. I'm guessing you're going to be all class, my friend. Have you ever owned a chia pet?
No, I have not.
A singing largemouth bass?
No.
Wow. Okay. This is going to be true to roof, these results. Have you ever had to open your car door at a drive-thru because your window didn't open?
I don't. I can't remember. Like, so we had this Honda Civic when we first got married, and we went through I don't know if it was just the door handles or the windows, but you would go out there one day and you would go open up the door handle, and then you would just hear the insides hit the bottom of the door, and I don't know if there was something wrong in that run, but you would just go open it one day, like on a colder day or something, and the insides would just crumble, right? And then you couldn't open the door. And and I think maybe that the window went out on that car too, and I can't remember if it did or not. And so that could have happened, but there was definitely times when I had to enter the driver's seat through the passengers. C.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
So I don't
All
know.
right.
All right, so that's close, right?
I think we're 2-1 right now. Two class, one trash.
Yeah. But I fixed those. I fixed them all. Like I couldn't. Like that was a very temporary thing. Like I'm one of those people. Stuff's got to work. So
wow. So are you like a very handy guy? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Seems like it, dude. It seems like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I used to love cars when I was in high school, and I worked on them all the time. And then right out of high school, I went to this it was called, at the time it was called Nashville Auto Diesel College. I wanted to work on cars, and so that's where I went right out of high school to learn to work on cars and be a mechanic. And so anyway, so life took all sorts of twists and turns, and I never ended up doing that. But I still work on cars today. You know, I changed.
Seems like you're successful with whatever you're doing, dude. Because you got the cash to buy quiet carry drifters, and you're like tech setup. You got a 3D printer in the back.
Yeah, you know, it's just, you know, you mass it over time, but you know, it's I've worked hard, you know, for what I have, for sure.
I can tell that you do, man. Even from just like the videos that I've watched and just from talking to you right now, I can tell that you do. So 2-1 so far.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever gone skinny dipping or streaking?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Ah, the buttons are loosening up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's just one of those things that happens.
Like
you end
recently?
no, and I don't think recently. Definitely not. But you know, like, you know, when you're a teenager or something, and you come across a creek or something like that, and you want to jump in, right? You don't have swim trunks or anything, so you just, you know, take your clothes off and jump in and cool off or whatever. So
I've never gone like skinny dipping per se or streaking, but I've definitely had sex in a public place. You know what I mean? Like it was on the beach, you know, like I was maybe like 20 or something, you know, and it was just like the thing to do at that point. You're just raging to go. And like, you know, the girl was the one that, you know, like I was like, oh, all right, you know, I'm just going to do it, man.
Yeah, but, just go with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always think
young once.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's do this one here. Do you smoked cigarettes before?
Yeah.
Do you smoke now?
No.
Okay. Have you ever smoked a cigarette while ordering at a drive-thru?
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, this was, you know, in high school type of deal. I smoked in high school from I was like 15 to 20 is when I smoked, and so that could have happened, but I don't remember. I'm sure it happened when I was in the passenger seat, but I don't know. I
think I'm gonna go with the middle on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's,
you know, because like it's understandable when you're in your youth, you know, you're in high school, you kind of just, it was a thing to do. That's how I got into smoking. Right. It was the cool thing. I wanted to look cool. Dude, I have the craziest story. I've never told this on a podcast before. The way I started smoking cigarettes, okay, I must have been a freshman in high school. I found a pack of Newports in front of my friend's house. It was full. I think there was like 3 cigarettes missing. It was like 17 smokes, okay? And I'm like, you know, I was watching a lot of Chinese gangster movies, and I was trying to rebel against my mom. I was started hanging out with bad folks, and I was like, I'm going to start smoking now, you know? And so I didn't understand. I didn't know that when you smoke too much, you could get sick.
Oh, yeah.
So I smoked like walking to the train. I smoked when I got off the train because I'm trying to show the people going to school, right, that I'm smoking, right? So when the first period was gym. And the gym teacher was pretty cool. I got like really sick. Like I'm talking like I'm going like this, and I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? And then my gym teacher is like, yeah, you look really pale. Go ahead. And like as I'm walking out, I projectile vomit like in the path that I'm walking to, and I just kept on going. I didn't even like look back, bro. My gym teacher cleaned it up. I threw up more. So like there wasn't a bathroom on that floor. I had to go to like the 3rd floor, and our high school, we shared it with another school because like New York City at the time had all this weird asbestos problem stuff going on. So like I also threw up in the staircase, and my gym teacher like must have been one of the other school students. Like he didn't blame it on me.
It sounds like a cool gym teacher for sure.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Yeah. He was pretty cool. All right, so Let's see what else we got here. How many Fast and the Furious movies have you seen?
I don't know, like 3
All
or
of them?
4. No, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how many there was. There like 6 of them or something?
It's like fucking 8, bro.
Yeah, there's no way I've seen all of them. I know I watched the first 3, and then I feel like I've caught one of them, at some other point,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So you've seen some. You got a little bit of dirt on that. Okay. Have you ever had a hickey at an inappropriate time? Like you had one on you at a family gathering and you had to hide it? No. Classy. See, like I said, man, only a little bit of dirt, just a little bit. If I go to your house and I ask you for water, what are you giving me? Bottled, Brita, filtered, or tap?
I mean, you can probably, it's going to be either out of the refrigerator, right, which would be filtered, or like a sparkling water out of the fridge.
What kind of sparkling water? Are we talking LaCroix
it
here?
Depends.
Or LaCroix, whatever.
It depends. It could be a
like Perrier.
It could be a Topo Chico.
Oh,
right?
Dude, this also cultured at the same time. Damn.
It could be a Topo Chico. It could just be whatever we picked up. In the summertime, we just switch it up between the flavored ones. But I like just regular sparkling water as well, with just limes in it in the summertime are fantastic. So.
Yeah, that's like a cheat code if you're trying to eat and stay healthy too, because sodas are like a big problem, bro. I tell people that you work out, right? Let me guess. Yeah. You're fit, you're in shape. I could fucking tell. I know you hide that shit in the button-ups. You don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And meanwhile, on all my podcasts, I tell people I work out every day. I do though. I've gotten into fitness and I'm super addicted to it. What are you eating right now? What's your thing consists of? Are you strict with it? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, so it depends. Right now, I work out and I'm obsessive, and right now I'm finishing up massing. I've got one more week, and I've been putting on weight for about the last 3 months, and so it's been a little looser, but I still am pretty tight on what I put in my mouth. So
yeah, so you're just eating nutrient dense stuff.
For sure.
Is a problem for most people. They think bulking is I'm gonna just eat pizzas every day. I
don't eat cheeseburgers or pizzas or anything like that. I just eat more of the same, right? Just more of the same, whatever. Just more of it. Yeah.
More cups of rice, more grilled chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I had for lunch today was chicken and rice. And so it's, for breakfast, I have protein French toast and eggs, and then for lunch, it is really good with strawberries and sugar-free syrup, and
that's awesome.
And it's not that it's about 470 calories, so it's not a ton.
What's your calorie intake per day currently? What are you?
It's about 3,000 right now.
3,000, and you bring that down to during shredding season, which is coming up. You bring that down to what?
I mean, I'll start, I'll knock it down 500 right off the top. So I'll come down to 2,000 and then see what happens. A lot of times I have to go down 1,800 and to finish off. But a lot of, I don't like to go much lower than that. It's just not enough food. I mean, it's you get really food.
You're weak, man.
You do. And so I'll end up increasing cardio instead of, I'll increase my output instead of knocking the calories way down. But back to the sparkling water, that thing will knock down some hunger cravings. You down a big thing of sparkling water and you're good for 45 minutes or an hour, right? And so if you're if you're trying to wait till your next meal and you're getting really hungry, it's a great tool to leverage. So.
Maybe I should start doing that, man. I really use I drink coffee black, and usually when I'm getting a little hungry and I kind of want to stop that, get some appetite control. I don't really have a problem with it. I do think I'm eating too little. I mean, I think I'm eating too little. I got to lift a little heavier. It's just I can't afford to buy weights right now. It's such a predicament. It's not the discipline because I work out rigorously, like 6 days a week. I do not miss a day. It doesn't matter how tired I am. Doesn't matter if I stayed up all night. I'm gonna work out. I don't care. But yeah, I just gotta up it. But anyway, yeah, let's get back. People, I'm losing people here. I'm losing people.
Well,
here.
maybe. I mean, I think there's a lot of overlap, right? I mean, and so to kind of take this onto a different thread, I think a lot of people who are into knives and that whole EDC community are into a lot more other things that
for sure
that the people don't. And so it's very interesting the way that people are built, right? And like the things that they like, and you group these. You could start grouping these people together, and it would be interesting to take some surveys about even like favorite colors and favorite foods and stuff like that, and see if see if it's like genetic.
Yeah.
Right. Is this stuff genetic?
You mean like the knife thing is genetic?
Like knives and these other things like that, is some of this stuff, predisposed into us to like these types of things, right? These big categories, and is color in there, and is food in there, and other weird things like that. It's very interesting how social media is like starting to connect these groups together, right? And then you can see all of these patterns about how people are very similar personality traits,
Yeah, my Twitter is like a perfect example of that. So I am on what's known as Black Twitter, okay? This is not a racist thing. It exists. You can ask Black people, okay? So my friend who is Black asked me to go on Twitter. He said, you should be on Twitter, have some conversations here, and add everyone on my friends list. And literally everyone is a minority, like Twitch streamer or gamer, or an anime reviewer, otaku, like comic book reader type of person. And like, that's the only news that I get, right? And the only feed that I get when I'm the only one in that circle right now currently that is posting knife content daily. And I will get like sneakerheads who, will see like, this is a perfect example right here. And they'll be like, yo, where can I get that? Like I've got like these kicks that match perfectly with that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it starts becoming a fashion thing. And I actually come at it like that, because like I said, I like making, little EDC pictures on Instagram. That's one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, I really, truly believe that social media is like bringing everything together. That's why I try to be on every single thing in case like one fails or this one starts taking off. And I got to tell you this, I'm not super successful on any of them. I'm kind of just like, I'm there right now, but building, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like working out, man. It's just consistent.
Yeah. Reps,
right?
Reps, bro.
You just got to keep doing it. You keep doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So, sorry.
Right.
Back. Yeah.
Dude, I got it. When you left to go do the 3D printing thing, I was already saying like, this is going so much better than I thought, because my favorite game, the new release of it came out last night, Monster Hunter. And I literally played all day. Like I got to my shop, it was like around 12:30. I ate lunch and I played until 7 p.m. And I was like, I was telling the audience, I thought that maybe if I linked one of the most disturbing episodes to Wes, that he might not want to do it so I could play this game. But I also said, this is going so much better. Like it's actually a lot of fun right now. Oh, before I forget, the music in your videos.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who selects it, bro?
It's I do. It's Stream Beats is where I'm getting it from.
But what kind of music do you normally listen to?
It's all over the place. Like, I mean, a lot of it's, hip hop and, just whatever's on the top charts. I listen to like a lot of, whatever, is on the top on Spotify. Yeah. And then I've got some other, rock, hard rock stuff.
Me too. I'm like you.
So it's, I don't usually curate my own playlist. I'm just very interested in like what other, what's the top right now. And I've got a few specific artists I like, from the 90s, stuff like that, just from nostalgia type stuff. But most of the stuff I'm just listening to, top hits. So
you select on String Beats, like, oh, this song would sound good in a video. Or how do you do it?
I've got I listen to most of those tracks from Stream Beats, and I picked out a bunch of favorites that I like that I think you can mix and match pretty easily, and that would because first I was just doing one song over and over again, and it got kind of repetitive. And now I'm picking 3, and then I'll just string them together and then copy paste all 3 of them throughout. Yeah. And I try to make sure that like one's going to flow into the next pretty easy, fluidly. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like every once in a while I'll export out the whole MP4, and then I watch my video before I publish it, usually in 2x, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. And sometimes I'll be like, okay, this isn't going to work, this music. And so I'll have to go back and scrub and find it. So
how long does it take you to make a video usually?
Recording is about 30 to 40 minutes per video. And then I can usually edit in about an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there is about that. You
just got to find that time to do that. Do you do it in chunks, or you do it all at one time?
Yeah. So I do my recordings on Sunday. I do 2 recordings, usually sometime when my family's not here, or just when I know that it's going to work out best, so that it's quiet and, I'm not disturbing anybody and they're not disturbing me, type of thing. And then I wake up early Monday and Friday, and I just edit my videos before I put them up and before I go to work, type of deal. And so I'll edit before work and then post, mid-morning or whatever.
Damn, that's pro, man. All right. Do you drink?
No,
absolutely none. No whiskey. Definitely no beer. We're not beer. I don't drink beer either, just for the fact that like too many carbs, too many calories.
Yeah.
Damn, you don't drink, so I cannot ask this question. What was family vacation like as a kid?
There wasn't very many of them. I think I only went on like 2 family vacations.
What were they?
One of them was to Florida, and it was good. It was a camping. It was like we car camped all the way down, and went to New Orleans, and
that's cool.
went the way back and saw that, and then I think we did a couple smaller things too. I think we went to Six Flags once, and then
that was what we would do.
Yeah. And then one time my aunt and uncle took me on 2 pretty long road trips that were 2 weeks, which was really nice, and like an RV type thing. Once we went to like up the East Coast and went to New York and up into Canada. Well, we saw Niagara Falls, up into Canada, back down Wisconsin. And then another time we went out farther west, went to New Mexico and stuff like that. And so, but with my,
that sounds like all pretty cool. Like you went to a bunch of decent places, actually. The Florida thing, I was going to file it into the garbage file because like Florida is like, that is the most garbage state, right? Everyone always makes fun of Florida, but I actually love going there.
I've been countless times, and in fact, my family they just actually got in, and that's where they were. They were in Miami, and in the middle of all of that, which was very interesting for all the news, saying that it was a mess. My wife got there and she said it wasn't anything like that.
Yeah, I think they're only promoting like all the craziness because there is that going on. I have like one of my favorite comedians of a podcast, a really big one, moved their entire like operation there for the time being until it gets warm in New York City. Because in New York City, it was like, we have outdoor dining now, and it was like fucking blizzards outside. Like, how are you gonna eat? And like New York City is nothing without being able to go to any place at any time that you want, right?
Yeah.
So they moved the entire operation to Miami, and it was like, if you're not wearing a mask there, if you're wearing a mask there, they look at you like, no, we don't do that here. Like that's what they were saying, and I truly believe that. But if you look at like the cases and all that stuff over there, it's not really any worse than anywhere else.
It's middle of the road.
I think it's like 27. It's like number 27 or something.
Yeah, it's been very interesting, and so anyway, so I've been we go to Florida quite a bit, and we like it there. the beach.
Nice.
My wife loves the beach, and so
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, it's
Cool.
That was kind of what my vacations were like.
You're still coming out classy, bro. I got to tell you that right now. Do you or anyone in your family buy scratch off lottery tickets?
Not not habitually. Like we every once in a while, when it gets really big, right? We might go for fun and go buy one type of deal.
Scratch
right?
off lottery tickets,
Oh,
not
scratch
lottery
offs.
tickets.
The only, sometimes for like the white elephant gifts, for Christmas.
You do that?
Yeah, like we'll go get $20 of them, right? And put them in there. And that's a really popular Dirty Santa gift. Like everybody wants to steal those. So
you know what? I love getting them at Christmas, but according to Are You Garbage podcast, that is garbage. Like giving away scratch off lottery tickets at Christmas. But it's awesome. I love receiving them.
I'll own that. I love that. But I don't I don't gamble, and I don't like losing my money. It's I've been to Las Vegas more times than I can count for work. Yeah. And I lost $20 once.
Yeah. And that was, man. And that must have hurt. That must have stung. Like, damn it. I shouldn't have done that.
That was it. I brought $20 and I lost it. And I was like, I'm never losing my $20 again. So
see, my mom and her boyfriend do it right. So my mom likes to play slots, right? And her boyfriend plays, he has played in the World Series of Poker before, and he just plays poker. So since they used to gamble all the time, all these hotels that are hurting, Tropicana, Harrah's, they're just like chomping at the bit to get people to come. And they'll be like, we will give you $100 in credit and a free room and all that. And my mom will use that $100 and play slots. Dude, my mom has won like $15,000 in slots before.
Wow.
Yeah. With only the free money.
If you know what you're doing, I think like I could probably figure it out, the poker thing and probably do pretty decent, but that's just not something I want to invest my time into.
But I don't think there's any jack poker dudes either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so, dude.
No, we actually we took my kids to Las Vegas a couple months ago. And
what'd you guys do out there?
It was during it was in between the break between Christmas and New Year's. We were originally going to go for spring break last year, and then COVID hit, and we decided, not to. And so we pushed it to right after Christmas. And, we just went shopping and walked around and went to the Grand Canyon and saw the Hoover Dam and, went to the bunch of the malls and, they saw some culture, right? I mean, some interesting things, awesome lights. The shopping's really good there. Even in, they saw a lot of stores that they've never seen before. The super high end stuff, and so
it's
that's
an interesting place, man.
A lot of interesting people.
I tried to explain it to Kelly, who's my fiance, who's never been there, and I'm like, it's kind of like Disneyland because you're looking at some of these walls; they don't look sturdy; they look almost fake, and some of these buildings are just massive. And they're like these massive hotels and casinos. And then mixed in, you have these like, it looks like a fake wall. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's very interesting at nighttime. It's like super hot, dry heat. Definitely an interesting place. Definitely a place I want to take her to one day. Let's continue on with the game. Dude, you are such an interesting freaking guy. Like, we're going to have to do this again. You know that, right?
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, because I want my audience to get to know you. Everybody follow this guy because I am absolutely having a good time right now. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and pretended it was your birthday to get free cake or dessert?
No.
Damn, dude, this guy's all class, man. Jeez. What was your go-to fast food establishment as a kid?
McDonald's.
That's the top answer. I just can't get any points here. Have you ever been part of a studio audience?
No.
Oh my God. All right.
None of that interests me has ever like famous people, any of that stuff like that. Like it's like that means I don't know. It just never has clicked with me. You know,
you don't watch shows or anything like that, or movies or anything?
I do watch. You know, I like watching movies, but I don't watch TV. And I watch YouTube and you know, some stuff. You know,
YouTube is one of the best, most entertaining things, I feel.
You know, I basically, you know, watched all of Netflix, and then had to find something else to watch, right?
Yeah.
And
what do you mean all of Netflix? Like, what did you watch?
I don't know, like pretty much anything that was worth watching that was my style, right?
Like,
and,
name a movie. Name a movie that's like.
It was mostly series. You know, I like the I like all sorts. I like sci-fi stuff.
Same here, dude.
Yeah,
I like all that.
All the Star Trek series
or something like that.
Yeah. I watched all the the Lost in Space. I watched all the Star Trek.
On Amazon Prime, something like that.
Yeah. I've got, you know, we've got Prime and we've got Disney Plus and all of that. We cut cable, you know, a few years ago.
Not worth it.
It's really not. And like, you know, what's not worth it is the commercials. And that's, I can't handle it. I cannot handle it. And, you know, one of the best investments I ever made was YouTube Premium. I don't know. I mean,
the best.
It changed my life.
The best, bro.
If you watch a lot of YouTube, I think it's well worth it.
How much is it? Like $7.99. It's not too much.
It's not that much. And
it's not 10 or something. It's
And one of the best things is you know, before COVID, I traveled usually once a month for work. Sometimes it would in the busy seasons I would travel 2 or 3 times a month. But you know, with YouTube Premium, you can download.
I do that all the time.
And so watching it on planes, man, it was when there wasn't a movie to watch or whatever. So
because you've watched like whatever you wanted to watch on the plane. I've definitely done that. I used to travel to the Philippines for work, to outsource for like jewelry crafting and furniture manufacturing. I used to work for this high-end company, and I was there like literally 2 to 3 weeks out of a month. It was insane for like 3 months. So
that's interesting. I like furniture and I think jewelry is very interesting. Like I don't wear jewelry, but the manufacturing and creating of jewelry is like I love it.
Interesting. Wax molds, rubber molds, steel molds. You got to decide. And I worked for a high-end company that basically would sell necklaces for like $275K, like really, really top tier.
Top end,
No one bought shit. We sold like 2 things a year, basically, and it wasn't even enough to cover it. But the dude that owned it was so rich, you know, 100+ mil in the bank, that this is basically a tax write-off for him to run this business.
Yeah.
And I'm just there, like running a gallery that no one's there. Like, this is hilarious. Let's get to some more questions, dude.
Okay, here we go.
We have to do this again because this is pretty good. You don't drink. Okay, so let's do this. You did say that you made Country Time or Tang lemonade. What was your brand of iced tea? What was it? Like you made it from the bags?
Lipton. Yeah, from bags. Okay. Yeah, from Lipton. Yeah.
That's pretty messy, man. You know, if you said like Country Time or something like that, like maybe I would have been like, but you know, Lipton is pretty standard, like Southern stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But this is an interesting one. What was your childhood grocery store called?
It was a hometown grocery. It's called Harps. It's still called Harps, but that's
nice place.
It was decent. It's so I'm in Northwest Arkansas here, and that's where Walmart is headquarters. And so there's Walmart everywhere. Yeah.
No, wait, Bentonville is yeah.
And so you know, there's Walmarts. When I was a kid, there wasn't groceries in Walmart, right? Until I was in my teenager years, and that's when the super centers started, and then they started putting groceries in there. And Harps was right around the corner from our house, right? Yeah. So that's where we did most of our shopping, and we tried to give them our business. So that was like, there's only, you know, a handful of them in this area. It's just a family-owned business here.
Man, that's dude, you were like all class in my book so far. You're the cleanest guy I've had on here. And I thought Carlos EDC, who started out with a kind of like shady upbringing. His dad was like making counterfeit stuff, and like they like immigrated from Mexico, but he was super clean. And this is the most clean guy I've had on here before. Have you ever used the bowl to drink out of because you didn't have any clean glasses?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
You know,
Damn it.
my wife, you know what's something that I never even thought of?
Yeah.
And I saw my wife do it, and this was just a couple months ago, and she uses a coffee cup. Like there's you know, I've just never even thought about it. You're out of glasses, but yet you have this whole other cupboard, right, full of coffee cups, right? And so she would just walk over there and get that and drink water out of that, which I thought was like,
you guys don't do that. That's like a normal thing.
I know, like it just blew my mind. Like I'm like, why have I never thought about that before, right? Or like we have like 1,000 other containers, right? Water containers and stuff like that. I'm like.
That's one other question. Has your mom ever used Cool Whip containers or other containers as storage for something else?
I think so. Usually during, like, it wasn't regular. Like we just used regular Tupperware, but during Thanksgiving, right? When you run out of stuff to put stuff in, right? And you got like Cool Whip containers there for Thanksgiving or whatever. Sometimes stuff would make it in those, but most times we just used, whatever Tupperware we had. So
that's actually standard. I can't even give you a garbage point on that one. I am going to ask you the final question here. I don't even think it's going to make any difference. You're eating chicken wings and realize you have to pee. You head to the bathroom. Do you A, wash your hands first, then pee? B, pee first, then wash your hands?
Yeah, man, you got to wash your hands first for sure. Right? I mean, you got to think about order of operations. Even then, sometimes
you have to pee really bad.
I think I'm going to wash my hands still. It's I think I could hold it for another 30 seconds. So it's I really like hot food, right? And
dude,
and
me too. Have you watched my like Sharp Ones episodes where like I
haven't seen them. I'll have to watch them.
Dude, I literally eat the hot ones, hot sauces.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever watched that show.
Yes.
I buy whatever season is like available, and then I have fans submit questions, and I answer the questions for 10 wings, and then Kelly asks me the questions, and it's been like this thing.
We're doing that on our next one.
Let's do it, dude. Yes. Let's do that. Some people have been asking me, you should do a Sharp Ones episode with a guest, dude. This is my guy right here. All right, the follow-up question was if you chose A and you wash your hands, do you wash your hands a second time after you pee?
Yeah, of course.
Check, please. You are all class, my friend.
Dude, but I'm a bit of a, I wouldn't. It's borderline OCD, right?
Yeah,
but not quite. Like it's not debilitating, but plus, I think, man, you got to stay clean.
Yes,
like especially now. Like I learned a long time ago. Like I hardly ever get sick, and I learned a long time ago not to touch your face.
Yeah,
like, I think a lot.
I get that still from working out. I get fucking.
And I think a lot of people get sick because they touch their face.
When they're touching other stuff.
They're touching other stuff, and then they touch their face, right? And so, like, washing my hands and not touching my face, I think has really helped drive down the amount of sickness I get. So, anyway, I'm not a super clean freak or anything, but I definitely. Every time I go in the bathroom or get a chance to wash my hands, I for sure will. So
so I'm gonna deem you absolutely classy. I think maybe you have like 10% garbage tendencies. You are a Renaissance man. You're techie. You can do motion graphics. You can edit. You can speak well. All class in my book. I love your channel. Everyone subscribe to him. I'm gonna show you a few more clips, and then we're gonna get you out of here. What do you think? That sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I noticed that you had the head of some big game in the back of one of your videos.
Yes.
What is that, like a deer or?
Deer. Yeah.
So you go hunting.
I did. I did quite a bit. I mean, I killed that deer and butchered it and everything myself. And
a rifle or bow?
Yeah,
like,
it was a rifle. Yeah, it was rifle. And
I want to go, man. I'm weird. I'm a city boy that has like country boy tendencies. It's so weird. I watch too much Joe Rogan and Meat Eater, I think, that it makes me want to do it. And I like pushing myself.
You should do it.
I don't know how, dude. I don't know how. I don't know anything. I don't know anyone.
You go somewhere and you hire a guide and you just do it. And I think that, taking the life of something, right? And then eating it and like knowing what goes into that changes your perspective on meat, right? And maybe sometimes for the good or for the bad, but it might as well just be a vegetable to most people that you buy at the grocery store, right? I mean, that's it doesn't even people don't even conceive that that's an animal, right? And
they don't understand, man.
No, and so when you like when you see, when you know that you destroyed something, right, and then you are very thankful for it.
Yeah.
Afterwards, like that when you eat it, right, and so I think it gives you a lot more perspective on living creatures, I think. So,
how long did the meat last you?
We probably ate on it for a year. I killed quite a few,
dude.
But it wasn't all the time. Like,
I
don't eat red meat hardly at all anymore.
What?
And no, mostly chicken and fish and turkey. And I'll eat some beef, a little bit, but we eat a lot of ground turkey instead of beef.
I can see why you're like fit and shit, because that is like the meat to eat usually, like chicken, ground turkey. I mean, my girl was a personal trainer at Equinox. I think her last day is this Monday. She's going to school for surgical tech, and she's the one that got me into fitness, really, but like when it came to the dieting stuff, she was like, okay, you're gonna have this, get a third cup of this, have 4 of these, and it's like every single day it's like chicken, peas, or string beans, or it's like chicken. And then, she puts red meat in there for me because I love red meat. She put like hamburger patties or something like that, ground turkey stuff. She's on keto right now. And like,
oh, really? Yeah.
I did keto before too, 2 years. It was good.
I tried it for a little bit, but I couldn't really handle it. I just try to eat a balanced diet and do calorie restriction. But it's
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, whatever works for you, and as long as you're getting the right nutrients and and it works for you and it's sustainable, then do it, right? And but I was actually a vegetarian for a couple of years.
How was that? Rick Shabazz is vegetarian. I did very picky vegetarian. Very picky.
Didn't know he was a vegetarian. No.
So picky that I did not tell him the story of that I ate my own dog in the Philippines. I don't know if you know that story, but I'm gonna keep it short on this one because we've already gone over an hour. But basically, I was in the Philippines. I was about 5 years old. I had a dog named Rocky. I was sleeping. He attacked my mom. He was a very bad dog. He tried to attack my mom. My dad had to put him down with a rifle. Being a third world country in the 80s, you're not gonna let meat go to waste. They prepared like a bunch of stuff. It was like adobo, which is like a really traditional Filipino dish, delicious, right? I wake up, I'm a 5-year-old kid in the third world country. I'm gonna eat what's on the table. We're having a feast. I'm eating it, and midway through the meal, they tell me that it's Rocky. I'm crying, but I continue to eat it because it tastes good. And it's like, food is like you have to eat whatever you can get. That's why I understand like this whole philosophy of like hunting and like providing your own food. Like, because I know what it's like to not have food. You know what I mean? Even though we were a wealthy family, it's like, dude, you're going to fucking eat what you have.
That's a real story for sure.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's that's a bit traumatic, Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's fucked up is after I ate it, my uncles were like, dogs will always know that you had dog because it makes your stomach hot. And I was like freaking out. of course, it's not true.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't tell him that story. People love that story, by the way. They start cracking up. You took it so seriously. This is you were just like, that must have been a very traumatic story.
I mean, yeah. I'm just thinking about a 5-year-old. I mean, I remember losing a couple.
He wasn't
dogs.
my favorite dog, though. We had like 4 dogs. He was kind of like the bad one in the pack. Like, the one that I was close with, they didn't cook her. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, like it was kind of like a thing that had to happen because he was kind of red zoning. When a dog is in that mode where you can't like, he's not calming down anymore. He's kind of like attacking everybody. Because like that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And that But hey, let's check out this clip right here. This is kind of woodsy.
All right.
Look at this video.
Oh boy.
This dude has no arms. And he's fucking chopping wood.
Dude, how? How?
That is insane.
Yes.
Oh,
How amazing is this?
It's amazing. So for those of you just listening, he's tucking the axe under his neck and chopping
is
logs
insane,
of wood.
bro.
And I think it's hard to hold a cell
Oh my
phone
goodness.
next to my ear for like more than 2 minutes.
I know.
And then this guy's just plowing away.
Or playing the
Dude,
violin.
I saw this,
Look at what it is here.
and I was just like,
Is that?
I can't believe I ever complain about things.
No. That's amazing.
Where I'm like, that's hard.
I know.
That's insane.
Resilience.
It is.
I love this.
Human beings.
I
man.
mean, how
You think he has his arms
neck
tucked in his shirt?
calluses have to be so
No,
thick
I
at
don't
this
think
point.
so because he's actually
Just
pretty
like-
good at doing what this is.
Yeah, he's definitely
It's a
practiced
beef jerky
that for sure.
neck.
What do you call
took
him?
that very well, actually. I thought it was pretty funny when I saw it, but also remarkable.
I mean, that takes some skill. He turned that thing
Dude.
over and knocked the chunk of wood off. Like he,
Mhm.
That
I
is
don't even know if I could chop wood, bro. I've never done that.
yeah, that's crazy. That people can adapt, right?
Mhm.
And
True.
yeah. Anyway, okay.
Do you go to church, dude?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been, since COVID at all, and
Uh-huh. But like,
But-
were you like an every Sunday type of like?
when I grew up,
No, yeah. Well, I mean, when I grew up, I was
Yeah.
baptized Catholic. I'm in the Philippines, hardcore Catholic country, so like completely buttoned up Christians, and but I was just wondering because I have a church clip right here.
okay, let's watch it.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman. Now listen, y'all praise God with him.
That is insane.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
I mean, not really. I mean, so I don't really get that uncomfortable unless I do something stupid, right? I mean, but yeah, I will not wear makeup.
So you watched the Slicey Dicey podcast?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah,
Yeah, you did. I actually have all new clips here. And it's like I don't know if I should show you these. There's some pretty... Hold on. I'm gonna watch this last.
you got
clip and I'm
one.
gonna let
All
you go.
right, let's see it. You get a shocker.
I'm feeling I don't
Your
have a...
checking account available balance
Oh
is
my goodness.
$12,617,290.56.
How does that happen?
I have no idea. That's like G code for something.
I mean,
Oh,
that's insane.
dude. Everyone go follow the Pocket Perspective. Wes is an awesome guest. I had a really great time. We're gonna have you on. We're gonna do that chicken wing thing.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're gonna do that. I'm gonna link you the sauces that we're gonna get, and we're gonna do that show. That's gonna be absolutely amazing, dude. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, it's been
It
great.
was
Ray.
awesome. I hope that it wasn't too crazy. I get a little bit chatty Cathy sometimes when I enjoy
No,
the
this
person's
this
company,
was good.
so-
I think we've got lots more to talk about. I think.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, this is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray, and this is the EDCC and the Pocket Perspective saying peace.